You are listening to the Case Closed podcast. I'm your host, Professor C. It's been a long time, guys. Hope everyone's been doing well. We have not really been doing a whole lot lately here. Just been watching our Facebook page, our Twitter account, websites, seeing what's going on. I've noticed traffic has been down lately. Haven't really brought anybody new on, and I guess the faith of people is kind of shaken in what we're doing. But this is a group effort, and it's something that's going to take several people to do. And I'm just wanting to reassure everyone that, it's going to take all of us to do something. People keep asking me, well, why don't you do something? Why don't you do something? I'm here doing what I'm doing with the podcast. So it's up to a lot of other people to do their part, too. I've also bought season sets, and I've done my part. We've told you where to go. We've told you to go to rightstuff.com, amazon.com. And we keep telling you the sales when they're happening. We've given you numbers in the past of what's going on with this. Remember last summer when we started this, we had quite a few people on board with us, and it was quite exciting. And we had, I think we were doing pretty good with people buying box sets and stuff. And I felt like we were well on our way back then. And now I feel that we're kind of lost, and we've lost ourselves. Nobody knows what my Case Closed live show is. I'll explain it now. It's a new podcast that is based around kind of a more straightforward honesty. But the show itself, I'm talking about, is not going to happen unless I get questions from fans to answer on the show. It's going to be based on totally 100% what the fans want to see. Questions from them that's what it's based around. It's getting every one of your questions answered. But like I said, I've pushed the show back to October. I announced that on the Facebook page of Safe Case Closed. And we're pushing that back because I've been kind of wanting to deal with other side projects lately for some other things that don't even involve Case Closed. So I have been doing that. But I'm actually kind of upset. I was wanting to see if we could get up to 300 members by March. And I had announced that back in January because I felt like our growth was pretty good at the time. Well, now we're sitting at 253, and we've been sitting there for a couple of weeks now, and I don't feel like anybody is sharing our page and getting it across to other people, and I don't know why that is. I know I haven't done the podcast in a while, but I've still put out 10 really good episodes for people to spread around the internet, to spread to other channels. We've also said that you could put our podcast on your channel. You just had to get in touch with me to do it first. So I'm really wanting to bring on more people to put that on their YouTube channels, their Facebooks. It's not that difficult. You just ask your friends to get involved, and they ask a friend, and, eventually you're where you want to be. But we need more people to step up and, share our page and share our message, because our message is if you buy the season sets, you buy the movies, you support the show, and you do what you need to do as far as a fan, and you do your part. That's all you can do. But that's not very hard, and it will bring other people on board with what we're trying to do here. And I've said all of this in the past, and I don't mean to keep beating it into the ground. That's not my goal here. My goal here is to make you see that this is all a possibility, but you have to spread the word, buy the sets. We tell you how to buy the sets. We tell you when there's sales. We've given you prices. We'll continue to do that here. But that's really the only thing I can tell you. Now, any more info on Case Closed Live, I will take questions on those. If you want to inbox me and ask me, I will be more than happy to answer your question. But I've already explained that it is a show strictly based on users' questions to me. There will not be a show. The podcast will probably be shorter now with just questions answering. It'll be a little more explicit, probably a little more on the edgier side, a lot more edge to the show than this. I'm going to be a lot more brutally honest about what I think is going on. Here you're kind of getting a little bit of a censored of what, I don't want to, I know a lot of people that are, 13 and all that listen to the show, so I don't want to get too explicit with my opinion and things like that. But the show will be shorter relatively, And we're really, the only reason I'm coming to you now in this podcast is to explain that we're really wanting to bring partners on. We had good partners in the summer, and a lot of them just kind of fell off the map, didn't really support us the right way. I'm not blaming them, but I'm saying that if you want this to happen and you get involved with us, be consistent. I don't want, the Phantom Thief page, we had him on Facebook. And no disrespect to him whatsoever, but he has 700 people on his page, and that's great. That's a great number. That's a great partner to have. But it took him a long time to get our podcast on his Facebook page and to get it out there. And we really need all of this to hit at once. When I put a show out, I really want to get it spread around quick, because if people are hearing it 2 or 3 months later and it's spread out across, it's not really going to reach the number we want it to reach. But if I put it out and then somebody else puts it out, and it's new material and it's updated. So that's really why I'm coming here to you today, is to explain in this podcast that the effort is not over, but the effort now has to lie with the fans. I'm doing all I can here. I have a voice. I'm doing what I can right now. So please bring on your friends and let's get some partners in on here. All you have to do to be a partner is message me. Let me know what you're doing. Tell me what you can do to help us, and I will accept you as a partner. It's not that difficult. So I'm going to leave you today on that. We're going to wrap up here with a relatively shorter show, and I hope to hear from several of you. This has been the Case Closed Podcast. I'll talk to you later. Next episode, we are going to cover Season 5, and we are going to extend an extra episode. We were going to end at 12, but since I spent the podcast talking about this, we're going to end at 13 on this show. And then we will start Case Closed Live whenever I feel I have enough questions to do a show. We will talk to you later. Thank you.